Okay, this is the meeting of the Center Cemetery Commission. And meeting is called to order at 7:01 on Thursday, August 6th, 2026. Okay, so we're on the agenda. First thing to do is, I'm just gonna ask a point of protocol. Should we introduce ourselves? We've got a register that says who's here. Is there any reason to make sure that we name who's present?
I mean, you're gonna want that for the minutes, but other than that, I don't think you have to
Okay,
necessarily
okay,
call it out during the meeting.
okay, thank you. Would you take that to the gentleman who just walked in? Okay. So, first on the agenda is to review and make any changes to the agenda. Have you got any changes, Jen?
I don't have any changes.
Jen?
No.
All righty.
I can move, you need to move to approve the minutes.
The agenda, yeah, so
Oh,
the next is the review and approve notes from the 2nd July meeting. Go ahead and,
Yeah, I can move to approve the notes.
okay. All approved? Aye. Okay, so the minutes from last meeting have been approved.
Did somebody second that?
Yeah,
She
Oh,
did.
okay.
Very
Oh, I didn't hear it.
All right, so first thing on the agenda is possibilities for expansion. Jade Kelly is going to tell us what she learned.
yeah. So we talked to the select board, or I emailed Charlie, and we do have the capability of expanding both sides of the cemetery on the right and to the left. So there's some openings on both sides that can be planned out for anything that we as a commission decide to do. So if we wanted green burial on one side, like the left side that's over by the bike trails, and traditional on the right, we could do that. There is lots of room to expand. So we just have to decide if that's, or vote if we want to proceed in expanding our cemetery and with what we would like it to be.
Okay,
And obviously you don't just huge expansion and everybody can just pick all over the place. It's kind of a incremental sections, and we'd have to plot it all out before you can do that. And there's a proposal. So we would have to come up with a proposal and give it to the select board. They would approve it, and then we would get it back, and then we could
Okay, Jade, you're just talking about the center cemetery.
just the center.
Okay,
right.
I just want to make sure you all.
Yeah, there's the one up the hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
So there is land on both sides that belongs to our town already.
Oh,
And we can expand into it. They said it says Montgomery Cemetery on both sides. One's by the bike trails on the left side
so
and on the
it's
right,
there.
on the rec center. So if you go up the hill, you go in the back. If you go to the right, you'll see a field, not the Perrier's field that is straight behind, but each side has a field. We can proceed in making a proposal as a committee to expand that. So let's say we wanted to do the field on the left, we could just do a field of green burial. That's all it could be, is just green burial. No stones, no nothing. It could just be straight green burial. And then we could go the other way for traditional burial. I'm just like throwing that out there. You can do it how.
Yeah,
It's just a suggestion. I'm just,
Our green burials, we have, for that,
you can have stones, but I'm saying
okay,
you don't have to.
all right,
Like, it's just a proposal. So sometimes the other thing that can happen, and Jen could follow up about what you might have found, is that within a traditional cemetery, you can bury green. Like if one spouse wants to be green burial and the other one does not, they can be right next to each other,
or the children.
or the children, or whatever. So we as a commission would have to decide in the future, like, would that be okay within the traditional? I'm calling it traditional, it's just what's there.
Yeah.
Is it okay to bury green in a traditional cemetery? But also, go ahead.
if it's an old cemetery, chances are the majority of the people buried there are
Yes.
green.
I agree with you.
Except for the vaults, I mean.
There's vaults in some of the places.
I understand.
And there might be,
Older cemetery.
yeah, I said the same thing. So I'm, you know that I want a green space that, I would love to have a green space. It's personal, but whether they vote for it or not, it's up to them. I'd like a space, us, is a green space where it's just left like the land, you know what I mean? Like, so that there isn't stones, there isn't you can still mow it with no problem. You may have stakes that mark it,
Mhm.
in the ground that you can, there's all kinds of things. I don't have any set ideas about it, but I don't know if you guys have been to the forest cemetery where they bury in the forest. They just bury it throughout the forest. It's all marked and everybody has a plot and it's plotted out. You'd still plot all this out. But to be less impact on the environment, you just would do straight green burial. You could have a whole section that's just that. And nothing on top that's artificial, for those who want that.
Mhm.
In the other parts, it can be green or traditional, or just traditional. Like, it's a matter of what the commission decides is okay to proceed forward.
Okay,
Jake,
I'm sorry.
do they still have to go through a funeral home? When they die?
It's a choice. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
you do not have to go.
You don't have to.
Funeral home.
You don't have to. If you know you're going to be buried up in the woods somewhere, your family should know that.
Right.
See, it's so blind to me. I just can't believe something like that.
Well, you don't have to go through a funeral home if you're gonna scatter somebody's remains, right? You just take them and scatter them. And there's no marker, this isn't new. Where both of my parents have unmarked graves because they're out in the ocean.
But have any animals had gone in and opened up these graves that you know
No.
of? No?
So let's move on from this.
Yeah, we
We're
just have to.
We're
Okay,
just talking
We're just
about the
presenting.
expansion. We do have room for expansion. The things that Jade talked about tonight touched on the fact that I have not been able to find, our most recent, bylaws. So I think we need to just rewrite our bylaws.
Mhm.
The only thing I found in here that looked like bylaws is something that was signed in 1984. And it was more about the behavior of the commissioners than it was about what's allowed in the cemetery. So we need to decide, how we want to manage our cemetery and write all that stuff. Vote on it as a board. Thank you, sir. So that's, I haven't been able to locate it. I don't know if Annie has it, but,
I just have the 1984 is all I
Yeah.
had as well.
so that really isn't acceptable to me because I'm sure this is all came from the town.
That's all it is.
Yes, sir.
This is Titus Pressler,
Hi, Ted.
the clerk of the Hill West Cemetery Association. We completely revised our bylaws in 2017,
Mhm.
and I believe that they are on the town website.
Awesome. That would be great.
I could also email them to you if you'd like.
I would love that. I would love that.
You.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you. So we also touched a little bit about grounds and maintenance and Lois, I know, has some concerns about the state of some of the, monuments and trees and shrubs and so forth. So I propose that we, schedule a walkthrough, of the commissioners for sure.
Mhm.
And anybody else who would like to, but just to get an idea of what's there and what needs to be done. So that we can make sure it happens.
I can hardly hear you today. Of course, I have a little deafness in this ear, so I'm missing it.
When would
Okay.
you like to do that? Or you guys?
I'm proposing that we schedule a walkthrough of the cemetery, of the center cemetery, so that we can get a handle on the state of things and what needs to be done. So, you're welcome to join us, or we can just go as commissioners, because this is new to me, and I haven't been in that, not as a commissioner, I haven't been up in that cemetery, so I would like to get an understanding of what the plots versus the actual land looks like, and I'm not there yet, and I wanna see what needs to be, what attention needs to be made.
Can I ask if we could vote that we could possibly, that you guys agree that we want to expand our cemetery? So that we can proceed
Yeah.
with making plans?
Go ahead and make them.
So I want to make a motion that we are able to expand our cemetery to the lands that are next to the cemetery. Um,
So
and with a proposal that we come up with.
okay,
And we
So
can call a meeting about that.
your motion is to create a proposal for,
For those lands next to,
to expand the cemetery. I think that's a great idea.
and expand, if you guys agree, I would love to expand a green cemetery and
Well, I think.
Or do you wanna do that in the
I think
next
we're
one?
for the horse, so.
Okay, we're
we need
great.
to- We need to know what our bylaws are,
absolutely,
and we don't have I don't have a good sense of what,
absolutely,
what we've
sure,
that is okay and what isn't okay, so.
okay.
Let's let's not say this is what we want to do with it until we get. our
Just that
bylaws.
we agree that we
do.
expand
Want to expand, because we don't have a lot of room, from what I can tell.
in the current
in the
cemetery,
current
yes,
cemetery.
okay.
So,
So I move to expand the cemetery.
second. Any discussion? All right,
You just had it.
all right. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, motion passed.
Is that town property there that you're expanding?
Yes.
It is?
So we don't have to purchase it and I just read
We do have to write a proposal.
we do have to write a proposal.
So we have just agreed that we want to write a proposal for the expansion.
Okay, very good.
Okay. And, would everybody be interested in all of you two, for sure?
Yeah.
In the walkthrough.
Sure,
So does anybody have a
yes,
time.
references.
preferences?
So,
Let's try to do it before the next meeting.
I probably have Friday the 14th, any day, anytime. I know I'm limited, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's why we're.
Sunday the 16th during the day, I'm giving it out there as, it gets very busy.
Sunday, the 16th works for me. Does that work for me? Not for you?
14th?
14th does not work
No,
for me. It's like,
let's try another one.
For me.
18th during the day,
no,
19th during the day.
after
After that, it gets
What about the Saturday or Sunday, 22nd, 23rd?
23rd, yes,
You're still awake.
okay.
When are you coming back?
26.
Okay, 28th?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay,
But can it be during the day?
we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, anytime. What time would you guys like? Morning,
I
so,
mean, if you're good with morning, I just go to work after,
Okay,
or would, because I know you work
Yeah.
nights, so.
no, but not Thursday, so
that's Friday.
that's a
28th.
Friday, so I don't work Thursday night, so we're good.
Oh,
So the 28th, we can do it anytime, so morning's great. 9, 8,
Yeah, is 8 too early?
not for me.
it's so early for me. How about 9 o'clock?
9's good.
Okay, we are going to have a walkthrough on the 28th, 9 AM. It'll just be the three of us plus Annie and Ryland, unless others want to join us.
9 AM?
9 AM,
Yes.
okay. All right, next on the agenda is the state of the cemetery records. Now, I've spent several hours going through our records. So we have a couple of different, maps of the cemetery that have been used to designate where, what's available and what's taken. This is the original old thing. And then there's also some some electronic records, and we have yet to really figure out what the system is that that manages those records and how to maintain it. So we need to get, is that right?
Well, I talked to Nancy and she said it was an Excel on the computer
Or
here.
just Excel?
Yeah, it's just Excel. And then I've been emailing Liz and she did not get back to me yet about it, although she was going to. So I might assume that she didn't find it, but I will follow up with her again. Which means that maybe we need to start from scratch.
Yeah,
We have the book.
so we have,
Just
this is
show us.
probably a printout of the Excel file.
Yeah.
Right, so, and if you
this.
look at at all of these different maps and plus the Excel file, there's 3 different numbering schemes. And so we need to choose one. Or make up a new one, I don't care, but going forward, you can tell why they kind of changed is because they originally there were passageways between the sections, and then they started filling those up with remains as well. So we started filling in some of the places that weren't originally intended to be walkways. And so we just need to get a good hold on it. And, you know, if you say in plot number 103, it depends on which thing you're looking at, what 103 means. And so we've gotta just retire probably everything and start over, or pick one, like I said. And
I have a question. Now, are all the records here or at the town clerk's office?
These are all
these are
here.
all town
They're all
clerks.
here.
They're all town clerk's office, and we
See, I
have,
have them at my house, all the records of the village cemetery.
okay.
And so I'm gonna be passing those on to,
They need to be
They need to
stored
be-
usually it's stored in the safe so they don't burn or don't
Yeah,
have problems.
Yeah.
So that's where they'll go next.
mhm.
Do we need to move to have somebody do?
No,
Or
I
not?
think we just need to, I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that we have a bit of a hill to climb here. And that we're probably are just going to have to schedule some working meetings to do
Sure.
this. I don't think this public forum is the place to do that, but we can do working meetings.
Okay.
At our, you know, if we could just find a time when people can get together. But
Absolutely.
I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, which is kind of matching up the Excel file to this and to that, and try to make sure that I can make sense of it.
And there are programs that we could
Yeah.
use later that would be.
And I would
more
like to, yeah, and so the part of the issue is that we've had some people approach us and say, we want to buy a plot. And we don't know how to sell them one because we're not sure what's available.
Charlie Perrier did it all on this board. And then Linda Kluba would write them in her Excel file, which neither one are available to help us, as you know. So we're just trying to figure it out by going backwards or even going
Backwards and forwards. So-
forwards into a better plan.
Yeah, so
for
part of
future.
the walk through the cemetery will be to make sure that we actually can make what's on the ground match up to what we have in various papers.
So then we can sell it, because this is the paper we used to sell a plot, which had been used in the last 7 years or so. But it's hard to match up the plot numbers. Cindy and I cannot figure out which plot is available with what number it correlates to at this point.
Yeah,
But Annie might be able to help us with that.
yeah, I'm sure she can.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was just an informational item, and I'm ready to move on unless anybody has questions or helpful hints.
you know, but I do have a suggestion that, you get sort of organized, you three, and I want to be included, you know, when we do these things, go to the cemetery, see what can be done. And, I have some, monuments down, and I have called, Champlain Monuments in St. Albans, but they're so busy fixing everything.
Uh-huh.
But see, Lindell used to do all the fixing, but we got a huge monument that the ground went down, and then when that went down, it fell off the foundation, so it
Uh-huh.
broke in 3 places.
Oh, wow. So this is at the village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm gonna excuse myself, and I think if we work together.
Yeah.
And I think it will be good, and I will share everything with my, commissioners until I get done in the
Yeah.
spring.
Excellent.
And, let's hope we can have one big group and
Yeah,
take care of the cemetery.
Yeah.
We'll have to put that on the town meeting
yeah,
agenda for
Yeah.
that one.
yeah. So
Okay.
on the agenda is the discussion of the merger. So if you wanted to
You wanna skip
stay
to
for
it?
that, or do you want?
You wanna skip forward for her?
I'm in favor of
Merging the commissions.
a merger if it goes through so that.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely.
So.
Or not.
Right, but you're
Yeah.
different, I
No,
think.
I don't.
Right.
You're a pretty individual. I have been all these years too. I've been doing this for over 50 years since 1973. So I know the cemetery pretty well, but anyway, I'm gonna be 85 coming in a couple of months, and so my time is up in the spring, so I'm just gonna get done. And I'm hoping, like I say, I'm still alive, I can work with a new person, because, because there's a lot, 2 things in the spring of the year, because there's so many new burials and there's things going on, so you know about that, too, so, yes.
So you guys are independent though, right? You're not.
So Lois,
Yeah, no, it's the Montgomery Cemetery.
Lois,
It's,
what you need to do though is to make sure you call a meeting with your commissioners
And
and have them vote that they want to combine. Because they need to vote.
it's not just you saying you want to, so it has to come from both of us, both the commissions, that we all agree. Because what will happen if we agree to do this is that both commissions will be dissolved entirely. And then we'll re-elect, we will
And
elect
town
new.
meeting day.
Yeah, that's that.
yeah, kind of town warning.
Yes.
Right, so if we decide we want to move forward with this, all the commissioners are relieved of duty on town meeting day. And then we have to elect new commissioners. Now, the same ones could get elected again, but just because you're on the commission now,
Doesn't
doesn't
mean
you'll
you-
be on the commission in the future.
And it also might be the election, like you, and Tim can help me, like your group might decide that, yes, we want to combine. We may say, yes, we want to combine. And then we go to the town and we say, this is what we want to do. And at town meeting, we vote that we combine
Now,
them.
aren't you the 3 active ones right now for the center cemetery?
Well, there's 2 more.
There's 2 more. The,
There's just not here tonight.
Annie and,
Oh, okay.
and
Right.
Ryland Furrier, volunteered to be commissioners last time, and they're not here today, so.
But we would vote and then we need to do it before
But we
they,
do have a,
before they put out the warnings for
Right.
the meeting. So you have to meet before the warnings go out before the town meeting,
mhm.
because we
If
want,
you meet at my home?
you can meet at your home, you
Anywhere you
can meet
want.
anywhere. This is your meeting,
Okay.
like for the village, but your village commissioners, even if you have 5, right?
Yes.
If 3 show up, that's a quorum, you can say, yes, we want to do this. The 3 of you, or 5 of you, whatever,
Yeah, it has to be more.
Okay.
okay?
Yes, but I don't have to put a warning out on them.
You do have to warn your meeting,
I do have to.
yes,
warn
you do.
Okay, then I'll have one of you girls help me, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and Liz is happy to help too, but if you need help, just ask us.
Okay, thank you. I really
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can help you,
Okay, thank you.
all right?
I'm
just
gonna go. then.
Try to figure out when they can meet so that you know that they will show up and.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Certainly.
Well, thanks for coming.
Welcome.
All right,
And then Jen is gonna.
yes, and so the next thing on our agenda is, the green burial. So Jen was gonna do some research and let us know what she found out, so that we're saying,
Okay, thank you.
thank
Thank you,
you.
Lois.
Concerns about, green burial and what's allowed and what's not allowed, so. It's yours.
Okay, so kind of just an overview of it all is that the state of Vermont allows it. It recognizes natural burial grounds. And the statutes are all there, and then it comes to the actual commissions to create bylaws regarding it, so. So that's the information I found, so, this kind of breaks it down into. We have our own authority to decide to do this, and create bylaws, so, as we create new bylaws, we can just have this in. There's some examples here of regulations that we can include or not include, we can do whatever we want, obviously they're bylaws, and I don't know how the bylaws work, but I'm sure they'll get approved by the select board.
Well, I think
So
just
we
by
will-
us,
By us,
Just
Yeah.
us,
just us.
yeah, I think.
okay.
As long as they are generally within the realm of the
As long as we're legal.
legal for the Vermont.
Okay,
There
yeah,
might be little tweaks that we have to do for our cemetery, but
okay.
as long as it's,
Yeah, so I was happy to find that there wasn't a lot of laws, that Vermont is a very friendly state for that compared to some others, so.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think the next steps would be, well, let me go through here. Actually, does West Hill, do you guys do green burial?
Yeah,
Okay. And how did it go for you to start it? Did you just add it to your bylaws, or what steps did you take?
It's not in our bylaws, I don't believe,
Okay,
but we simply permit it.
Ah, okay,
okay.
And we had one quite recently, actually.
excellent.
Do you have, like regulations,
we've
like,
had 3 up there so far.
So do you like require grave markers on all your graves, or what are some of the, well?
Yeah,
if the-
so we prefer, our corner markers
Uh,
have to be in. And then we like a headstone,
Uh-huh.
but not necessarily.
uh-huh. Okay,
So the corner markers are included in the price of the plot.
right,
And
is it a designated area, or can
no,
you,
anywhere.
anywhere? Okay.
Mhm, mhm. Oh.
let me ask you about the corner markers. Is that a required law, state law with the
Or is that just?
state? Because I don't know.
No, I don't think it
No,
is,
I mean,
It's just something. we
not
do.
for.
just makes
not-
it
oh,
easier to know where the plots are.
Yeah,
'Cause
Okay.
especially when we opened up the new part of the cemetery,
Uh-huh.
when we sold them a plot, we told them that they had to buy corner markers.
Okay.
so it's
Some of them did, some of them
And
didn't.
kind of stakes out the.
Yeah.
The plot.
Right.
So now
Well, when I was at our cemetery, I look at the old corners and I see how they start to come up and up. And then they're just, the corner markers are not as flat as you want them to be. And then the next thing you have is just a lot of stones coming out of the ground. And I wondered if it was required to have it. But because you've worked in the cemetery, he's worked in the cemetery for a while, so that's why I thought maybe you would know, because
Uh-huh.
I was curious where that came from, the corner markers, and why. I'm from a different state where I've never seen corner markers.
oh,
They
okay.
there's no corner markers. So when I saw that everybody had a corner marker, I was trying to figure out if there was a
Some
law.
cemeteries, they sell you a plot,
Uh-huh,
and then the next plot they sell is right beside yours.
uh-huh.
And rather than up, I don't know about you guys, but up on Hill West, we let you pick out where you wanna be,
Right.
so.
Yeah, it looks like that's our case as well. We just don't have a lot of open spots anymore, so we're down to just a few.
And I think I understand why they do the next one and the next one.
It makes it,
Makes it easier, makes record keeping easy,
Yeah.
and yes,
Yeah,
thank you for that information.
yeah,
So,
okay. So thank you. Is there more that you want to? I'm happy.
I mean, I'm not sure if we should vote on establishing the green burial section or how we should proceed. I know it's gonna tie into the expansion, it's also gonna tie into the bylaws, so.
Maybe
So
we just.
I,
vote on it.
we can, I don't know, I would vote to explore establishing, so your next steps, those are good, let's go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, the next steps that she has listed here is vote to explore establishing a green burial section.
It's just exploring.
Right, so let's do that.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and move that we explore.
And I'll second
A green burial system, okay, and, I'll approve,
it.
all in
All
favor?
say aye.
Aye, okay. All right, so we will, as we go through and decide what our expansion looks like, we'll also look at the appropriate area for green burials. We may have room within the existing cemetery, and it's just that we will have to revise our bylaws. So we know whether it's permitted or not permitted in different sections of the library. Okay.
Can I ask?
Sorry. I'm a volunteer at the library too.
Cindy, can I ask him one more question? This is a concern of Annie's with, green burial. It had to do with sinking. What are your concerns with green burial, just so that we have the opt?
What they do when they do the green burial,
Yeah,
they heave the ground up a little bit,
right.
give it some time to settle,
Uh-huh,
and what doesn't settle, then they clean off.
right. Is that the only difference
Yeah.
that you guys see?
Yep. That's,
There's no other complications from it?
we learned that the hard way from our first one, because we've
Yeah.
never done it before, and we just filled it in,
Yeah,
and it's,
absolutely.
so,
No, absolutely.
so
And
now we heave them up, and
And then.
we had one done last year. And when they did the burial this time, they went and scraped that one down.
Mhm.
okay,
Excellent.
that's the only issue you've had. You didn't have anybody dug up by animals or
No.
like, because I have not heard in any burial site around the state of Vermont yet that has any issues with that, that's not you.
And that's what
People,
the fence is for.
yeah, well, people are concerned, yeah, like it.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, you're funny. Okay, go ahead. That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
make
Just
sure.
one other point about that.
Okay,
The most recent one, the people in the plot next to the green burial have been a little bit upset because of that mounding,
Uh-huh.
because it didn't look neat.
Mhm.
We just had to assure that plot holder that it will settle and it will be cleaned
It'll be
up and flattened out eventually, but you
Yeah.
just need to live with it for a while.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There can be
well,
some
the dead people
sensitivity
usually live
around
with
that.
it for a while. It's harder for us.
Yeah.
I have a quick question too. Was it someone who asked to be, is that why you guys decided to do it? Was there like a demand for it or for the green
So
burial?
the first one, they just asked if we did green burials, and
Sure.
I said, yeah.
Why
Because
not?
there's no
I love
state
it.
law.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no state law against it, and so there's no reason not to,
Right.
except that unless it's written in your bylaws, which that's what we were trying to figure out, is if it was written in our bylaws that said you had to have a vault or you had to have so that's why we need new bylaws, so we can understand and we're all on the same page.
That was my
Right.
next question for you, was you don't recommend vault?
I don't know what we do because,
Right,
go
so
ahead, you answer.
Lois was convinced that vaults were required.
And so was
I
Annie.
haven't seen any
Mm.
written bylaw anywhere that says we have to have.
Up there, we don't require, so vault.
And so I don't know if that was just tradition or, if they just decided at some point that everybody should have a vault and they started enforcing that, but I can't find it written down anywhere. So I come from, my background is if it's not written down, it didn't happen. And so, or it's not binding unless it's in writing. And so we need to write stuff down so that people don't get upset about us going against whatever system they have in place. But we need to have a system in place so that we can go back to it and say, this is what we agreed to. And so that's what we're planning to do.
I take it, all of you are new to the commission.
Well, Jake's not,
I've been on it for 7 years, but I think I've been to one meeting.
yeah,
And I might be short on the years. They didn't meet very often, and I think they mostly took care of everything, kind of like Lois.
Yeah.
They took care of it on their own and didn't call, like, they just took care of everything.
yeah,
So, and that works fine until they're not here anymore. And so we're just trying to get some order so that it's easy for everybody
right.
to proceed
Right.
forward.
So I've been on the commission for about 2.5 years. And last month was the first meeting. Because that was the first meeting there was. So.
And we weren't in charge.
I didn't, I mean, since I'd never even been to a meeting, I didn't know how to get in touch with anybody.
Our bylaws require that we have a meeting, we have an annual meeting once a year.
I think that's a
with All
really
the
good,
members of the association present.
so you have an association as well as a commission, which is,
We don't
No,
have,
we don't
We
have
don't
a commission.
sure, just a
We
minute.
have a-
oh, you just have an association.
the
Nice,
association has 4 officers, president, vice president, clerk, and treasurer. And then it has anywhere from 5 to 7 trustees who, and those, the officers and the trustees would be comparable to commissioners.
And then the association is just all the people
All
of
the
your
plot
communities
holders.
or,
All those people that,
all the plot holders. Excellent, all right, well, that's an interesting way to do it. Yeah. Giving me some food for thought. Good. Okay, all right, well,
So-
let's,
So these next steps that she's recommending we'll do next time after we
yeah, so I
You-
think the first one is to.
we just voted to
to
explore and
explore establishing, and I think, and we have talked about it, but we haven't really voted on it. We need to get, a set of bylaws, drafted and approved.
okay,
And so I think that maybe that would be, one of our next steps as well as to, and I don't know, I said in here, yeah. Written rules and
Yeah.
regulations. So I'd like to see one set of bylaws for the entire cemetery. And in that, we could designate specific areas or not for research.
do you want to draw up some?
I can do that, yeah.
Okay.
I'll get the,
Get theirs and,
In addition to sending you the bylaws, we can send you our rules. We have a set of rules that we
Perfect.
also perfected in 2017.
that would be awesome. So, yeah, that would be very helpful. And then I can bring some, we can maybe not a few drafts before the next meeting and then bring up kind of close to final drawings next time.
okay,
So that would be an action for me is to draft a new set of bylaws and rules and regs. Okay, next meeting,
September 3rd,
I think
you
so.
guys okay? with
Yeah.
that? That's
Yeah.
the first, I thought if we could keep it the first Thursday
Yeah,
until we
No.
run out of things to do,
yeah,
if you guys don't mind.
no, that's fine.
Do you
That's
want to do
fine.
it earlier, like 6:30 or is 7 better?
Everything's fine with me.
7's fine with me.
Okay.
Is it okay with you? Okay.
Okay. Okay, so,
Well, real quick, so you'll, for the green burial, that's, do you feel, so you just use what I have, or how, or like, I guess,
Well,
how will we get together, like, how will we before, like, if you're just creating the bylaws, like,
in the vacuum.
like, there should be some input, you know,
Oh,
like,
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
So I'll get the bylaws and the rules and regs from Titus. And then I'll start a draft and I'll distribute it. And we can do a little work, email,
Okay.
or we can even.
We can even get together with a call meeting quick. doesn't
Okay.
have to be like huge,
Yeah, just a.
just to go over.
Or
it.
maybe when we do the walkthrough too, if we
Yeah.
have like a draft at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure everybody, I think you have to warn it. So you know, do we have to warn a walkthrough?
You, no, I think
But
not.
if we make any decisions
Not a
during our walkthrough,
Yeah.
like you
if you're-
can't approve.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's all I was saying. I think
Right.
she was saying maybe we could approve, but you can't. approve.
But
But
like,
just-
discuss,
just
Oh,
discuss
and
it.
like,
We can
yeah.
continue, we can work on it as
Ideas.
much as we want and then just bring it to
yeah,
the.
just share ideas. on
Uh-huh.
how we're going through.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think the recommendation for, staying compliant with open meeting law is to have somebody, have one person draft the document, send it out for feedback, have everyone send their feedback to one person. And then at the next meeting, that person will present the document and all the feedback.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. That makes sense. So we'll probably start with some rough drafts with lots of informal feedback. And then bring a more formalized draft that we can have at the next meeting for comments. And then the meeting after that, we can discuss all of the feedback and make the appropriate changes. Is that?
Yeah. And also, when we do our walkthrough, we can talk about the expansion and how that can be laid out somehow
Perfect.
that will work.
Perfect. Okay, so I want to just go quickly to the Cemetery Commission merger. And so it sounds to me like, Lois especially is very keen on having that done. Kathy, are you on the village? No, you're all village or Hill West. Okay, so we don't have anybody from there. I really don't have any objection to it. It's just a little more disruption. And I'm almost feeling like maybe we wait another year, but, maybe it's better to just do it all at once and get all the cemeteries, both the center and the village under a single commission. So that,
And
and especially given the state of the records all being kept
Mhm.
out of the office, and we just need to make sure that everybody's got.
And the village, I know that she's went over it with Jen, a lot of the village, and there's not much space left there. So they're like ours. It's very minimal. It's like the aisles. I think they're kind of filling in a little bit and trying to,
And they probably have, lots that are purchased but not filled yet.
yes.
Okay,
So it's very, yeah.
yeah, so they don't have a lot to sell anymore.
So it's more of a maintenance and, a knowledge base that we can collect together. So I
Good.
don't think it's a
So I
lot of.
think that should be fine. I think
Yeah.
that we can, I would be behind, whatever you guys. Can you think of any cons for doing it? Any reasons why we should not?
Not that it's
Other
a
than-
responsibility,
other than
but the town
More
takes
stuff
on
to
the,
sort out.
Yeah. I think the town takes on the town takes on the maintenance
Mhm.
and, or they have that,
Already.
or already have of that. They may use some different people and they have different rules for the site, like the size.
Mhm.
And they may have different rules up there, but we can make our bylaws and then it can, that's where it gets a little
That's what
bit.
I was just- Yeah.
You might have to have, it should be the same, but their plot sizes are different. Their cost is different.
I thought the cost was pretty much the same. But they just sold, like they called their sites half sites and full sites.
Mhm.
And it was like a half site is 2 and a full site is 4 or something like that. I can't remember what the details were, but that was different from the way that we defined them. But the actual per burial site price looked to be the same.
I think we tried to catch up with what they were charging at one point,
Yeah.
which also might be something we put on our agenda, that the price is really low.
Mhm. So
Um,
we should, I mean, that should be something that we do and on a yearly basis is reviewed.
Right, and my other suggestion for future like note taking is that we have limited our purchase of plots to only people who live in Montgomery Center and Village. And I think it can at least be expanded to people living who own homes
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you know, at least own homes, if not more, if we wanted to in the future, if we expand. Okay, that, I just wanted to put that out there because
Right, so,
some of the rules, real quickly, some of the rules were changed in minutes along the way, but yet not put somewhere where it was
this is a consolidated
Yeah.
set
a
of.
consolidated set.
Well, let's
of
do
which-
that. I mean, I think that's probably really kind of start at the beginning. Let's make sure we have a set of agreed on bylaws and rules and regs.
And then if we do merge, we can also review that next year and not worry about it right now.
Mm.
Is that okay?
That
Can I
sounds
just
good.
ask a question about
Yes.
that?
Yeah, thanks.
Are you saying that currently buying a plot is limited to members, people who live in the center of the village?
Yes, not just live, like, yeah, live, not even just own a home. That happened at the last meeting for the center cemetery, and maybe not the village. But the center cemetery made that rule because they ran out of space.
Well, they're getting really close to.
And they are, that's why we need to expand.
We just had somebody buy one from California.
Exactly. Well, and some people, they may live somewhere else but have a home here and,
Or
and,
maybe
and,
they grew up
Yeah,
here.
They grew
yeah,
up
these people
here.
Grew up here.
and
Right,
they wanna come back home to be buried. I see no problem with that if we expand the cemetery. I think that it's a perfect, okay thing to do. It was just that the only meeting I've ever been to before us was that they made that decision and that no more perennials would get planted. Because it was out of control a little bit and a hard advantage for the mowers.
Right.
all right,
Okay.
so I think that we're on board with the mergers, and I think we should probably, when, Lois brings her, should we have a vote on?
Yeah, we can vote if you want.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Motion?
Yeah, I can motion to agree to a merger with the village cemetery.
Second. Any more discussion? All in favor? Okay. Opposed? All
I-
right.
oh.
The motion has passed. Okay, last thing on the agenda is to review and update and add action items. So, Jen told me she had signed the oath of office. I don't know about Annie and Rand, so I'll follow up with them. Annie has an action item here to follow up with Jeff Lawyer. To install corner markers, but, she didn't, I don't know if that's been completed. Jay, Kelly, contact select board to determine next steps.
And I did.
That's done.
Now it's back on us
Okay,
to come up with a
so we know what
proposal.
this next step
So
is.
we'll have to come up with that proposal and give it to them, and then the select board would approve our proposal. Okay.
Or not.
Or no,
Okay, and Jay Kelly, this was also, I know you did this, contact Nancy Lumbrada.
I did.
The computerized.
and and she doesn't have it. It was on a computer in the office and
Okay.
Liz was checking. I will still follow up with that. If that's not possible, we can come up with our own system, put it in, and we'll just stick with whatever we decide.
Good idea. Okay, state laws, regarding green burials and report findings, you did that, that's completed. And then, the last one was to open a dialogue with Charlie Hancock, and Lois Lumbra, and I did that, and I have, copies of the,
Emails.
email exchanges, which I've distributed. So the bottom line there is that that the treasurer, just, there are funds for both the center and the village, yes, thank you, that are, designated for one or the other, and so the treasurer would have to get involved and figure out which is what, and who's got how much money and where, because some of those, like, bequeaths could have been specific to one cemetery or the other, so we just have to make sure that we have the budgets taken care of. And then, we have to put it on the election, at town meeting. So we have to get a, article that, together, put on the town. meeting.
So if Lois's group says that they want to merge, once she calls a meeting and we'll help her put it together, then it can be put as an article on
Mhm.
the.
And if we proceed, if the proposal passes, then the suggestion is, and I think it's a good suggestion, I don't think we should try to do it in a differently, is to just dissolve both commissions. And then elect, entire, new slate of members, and I would go again for a 5-member commission.
And then you do it by 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Exactly.
Years.
Exactly.
so
So there would be
staggered.
staggered, and that would be, and then we've already discussed with the West Hill Commission, our cemetery, and, sounds like your cemetery is working beautifully, and if I were you, I wouldn't wanna get,
No.
I wouldn't wanna do anything different. I'm really looking forward to learning more about how you guys do it, because it sounds like it's very well run and is working very well for you, and I'd like to see us get a little more transparency and a little more regularity to our board and our, cemetery management.
I think we agree, and thank you so much for inviting us to this meeting.
Yeah, I'm really glad you came. Thank you so much for
For
coming.
answering questions.
Yes, yes. And, there were some new action items. I know I've got one to start drafting. A new set of rules and regs and bylaws.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna have to see if I can at least get a rough draft by next meeting. We don't have to have a draft that's ready for approval, but we can open up the comments. I'll try to get it a little less rough. As I go, I'll distribute it to the commission members for feedback. Or we can, and maybe schedule a working meeting where we can hash through some.
Do you have Annie and Ryland's email?
I do not.
I don't either. Hopefully we can try to figure out how to find it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can. I asked,
I can give you
I asked
her
those.
phone number too.
Yeah. okay, so let's do that, and then I can, bylaws and rules and regs. Were there any other action items that people took on? That's all that I wrote. We're gonna do the walkthrough. And we already have that scheduled, so I think we're good. You're just gonna be poking at
And
this.
just plug at it as we go along. And thanks for figuring out trying to figure out a system, because once we get that, then we can,
Yep,
and then we can use it next, right?
right, and then we can retire all of this stuff and archive it.
And Jen, I brought it just so that you could see, or
Yeah.
whoever was here could see what we're looking at.
I'd like to look at it.
Yeah, you're welcome to. I'm gonna go ahead and adjourn the meeting, and then we can,
Yes. Thank you.
do I need a motion to adjourn?
I think so.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn,
Second,
Okay.
all right, approved,
approved.
all right,
Yep.
motion is adjourned at 7:55.